with Crystal Edge Gunmetal Technology Screens and FLE VT. We're on our FLE technology using our 50 lumen projector. Do we have the model number for this projector? I keep forgetting this. So, I tell you something. Haters are desperate. They're very, very desperate. I'm going to tell you how desperate they are. Anything that goes wrong in our company, they're the first ones to jump on and go, oh my goodness, he's this, he's that, he's that, he's this. You're that desperate for a win? Let me explain something to you. Nobody lost anything, and I'll tell you why. Now, I told you we had a customer who came in from UK. This customer product clearly showed that he tampered with the item, that there was gray paint around the container. We requested for him to ship back the item, which he did refuse to do. And he think he has victory because he won his claim. Actually, you didn't. You'll notice when you go to your PayPal account, you just received an email, and the email just told you that the case has been reopened. It's on hold. Your money's on hold. You know why? PayPal messed up. They literally forgot to check the batch number video. They sent us an apology. We gave them an additional information, which was the batch number showing your product was fully tested before it shipped out of here. And PayPal made the mistake and messed up. Now, again, my lawyers went through PayPal's legal department. Yeah, we'll do that for $160. We don't play around at the end of the day. And clearly it states that basically that the information that we provided was more than enough to turn the case to our favor. So as for Jamie sending us an email telling us, we've been exposed, let me explain to you how sad you are at the end of the day. You do know, and PayPal recognizes this. This came out of a 5-gallon container. Sorry, 10-gallon container, 10 gallons of this stuff. If that was the case, PayPal would have had multiple complaints on their account from that container that dated to that number. That's another reason why I tell you, gentlemen, are not going to do well in court. You're not really that smart. Second, we got customers who have it. The woman who painted the giant screen on her wall, guess where that came from? Same container. The fellow with the Epson, what was it? Epson LS 800 ultra short throw projector came from the same container. So if that was the case, then none of those would have worked at all. Period. So when we request, and we show you, when we request a ship back for a customer to send an item back to us, which, Jamie, keep in mind, for a person who cries and whines about everything, your site is strictly designed to rip your customers off. You have on your site stating that if a package lands on the property, customer's fault. If a package basically is open, customer's fault. Bottom line is customer can't even get an exchange. They can't get a ship back. They can't get a batch number. There's no test on your product, and you match house paint. Enough said right there. On top of that, from what I've seen from your customers already, every single one of them sitting in the dark. Most of the ones that were on there actually pulled their videos, and the other half are sitting up there with washed out screens, like the fellow sitting up on top of the rooftop where his black bars can't even pop up on the cinema display because his screen completely washed out, including the one with a 4K projector is also washed out. Exact same thing. So you guys are that desperate that you're going to contact me and say, oh, scammer exposed. Sorry, I'm using a projector over here. Scammer exposed. Yeah. See, that's the thing. My stuff works at the end of the day, gentlemen. This is why Jamie, again, that's why I said at the end of the day, I think you guys have short-term memory loss. The reason why we say that, because did I not request you to send me my black paint? Where is my black paint? Haven't received it yet. You know why we haven't received their black paint? Because Jamie made up a lot of lies at the end of the day, and he can't back them up because he never sent the black paint because, you know, we can back it up. So many times you've been on my site, you have never ordered. Matter of fact, you only ordered one item. That was gray paint. You won't go near the black technology because, again, it works. And, again, the dedicated black Cinemax has been on site. Been on site, been here, been there, got tons of customers. I got more customers than you at the end of the day. Showing my product on just about every level you can possibly think of. That Cinemax has done things that your old Cinemax can't even begin to even think of. If it doesn't work there, guess what? It doesn't work anywhere. That's how it works. So if the product wasn't functioning correctly, it wouldn't have worked anywhere. Not even on site, it wouldn't have worked. This is why I know you guys aren't that smart and you're desperate for just anything at the end of the day. That shows how desperate you are. That's sad. Now, I can go through your site and I can show customers sitting in dark environments, just like you do. I can show customers with washed out, poorly lit screens, just like you. I can go in and I can show no testing under your products, which you do not have at all whatsoever. And most of all, which is more importantly, I can show demonstrations of you sitting on camera lying to your customers about you don't match a house paint when we all clearly can see you have. Oh, yeah. We don't match house paint. That's the reason why one of the statements I sat there and said, people, is the reason why there may be a possible push to keep the items here in the United States is because it's easier for us to fight a claim if we have to take this person to court. That's why. So say PayPal screws up like they did today. And say PayPal, we have a product like a $1,700, $3,700 screen. And PayPal screws up on this, right? So if this person lives overseas, how do we get our hands on that individual to bring them to court to prosecute them and PayPal at the same time? How do we do this? See what I mean? There you go. And when I get people get upset with me and send me emails and say, well, it's not fair because you're not going to allow this stuff to be available overseas and that's not fair and this, that, and the other. This is why. This is a perfect example why. That's why. Now, PayPal has to go clean this mess up because not PayPal will find themselves sitting in court also too. Because we have a batch number on the product showing it works perfectly fine. Good luck trying to figure that out with a judge. And when they saw the batch number, they were like, we messed up. Yeah, you did mess up. Because we can show proof that the product was functioning perfectly well. And all products were basically pushed through your system. All shipping station, all tracking numbers went through PayPal. So if that's the case, we would have had a ton of complaints in there on this product. When you have a batch of bad hot dogs that may have E. coli or salmonella in these hot dogs, you don't just have one that's bad, you have all of them. The whole batch goes bad. This is why they terminate anything under this date that's bad that comes up, terminate the whole thing. Better safe than sorry. It would have never passed the batch number evaluation. It would have never passed it. If it did anything of what this person claimed, it would have never passed the batch number, which means we would have to dump the entire bucket and start all over again. And if you saw the batch number demonstration, it's pretty crazy because we tore a box up off the ground, stapled it to a wall, and painted in each piece. We did demonstrations against black versus black and different colors. We even painted one of those paper roll units and did that, all that nonsense, craziness at the end of the day. And again, I've been on site with this stuff. I painted the thing in multiple locations on site. People walking around. So all that, special camera trick nonsense, no, that doesn't exist because we had other people walking around looking at the screen. You can even hear them on camera talking about how amazing the screen looks. So this shows you how sad the haters get. Any little thing they get, they go, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my. You're sad. That's pretty sad. Right there, by the way you guys have carried on, and I don't entertain it, I don't watch it, but I'm pretty sure what other people I've seen shows the level of desperate and the level of hatred that they have for us because they're mad because their products don't function. As you can see, they tried to be us. That's what they try to do. They fall so short from it. So, gentlemen, I have got the case overturned. It's already taken care of. And money will be returned back to our account once they go through the batch number evaluation. And all the information will be sent over, including the detailed email where we asked the customer to send the item back for testing, and he refused. Yes, Mr. I can't pronounce your name for Jack, but anyway, all your information, messages back and forth we're talking, all that was submitted today. We didn't add it in because it wasn't necessary, but we did add in everything today. We requested to ship back. And you've refused to. Also, too, your container is showing that you have great paint around it, and we can show your container was black when we shipped it out. So good luck on that. You'll be blessed that you don't live here in the United States. If you did, I'll have an attorney at your front door. Yep, definitely from the door. And also, too, I'll file a couple criminal charges against you for committing fraud against my company, which means, again, 20, 30-year prison sentence. All right. So you got to back your company, people. This is why testing is important. This is why I can't specify this enough to people that are making screen paints out there. If you cut corners, you're going to have customers. And I'm not saying all customers. You're going to have fantastic customers. You're going to have great customers. But you're going to have customers at the end of the day that are going to be bad seeds and they're just up to no good. That's what they're up to. So that's what you're going to have to deal with. And everybody who deals on eBay, any merchant at the end of the day, anybody, even if you're just basically on Craigslist, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to deal with them individual customers, and you have to protect yourself. As for the customers, you want to make sure you get those batch numbers because you want to make sure that the product is tested before it's shipped out. That's what you want to make sure. And anyone who gets mad over that, well, they're trying to scam you right from the door. All right, people, just want to show you basically Mr. Fernando carrying on and acting up. Oh, I'm glad you sent it over too. Guess who this email went to? FBI. You're in an open case, idiot. Why do you keep sending me stuff at the end of the day? You're in an open case. Do you not understand that at all? How about I'll send you your incident number. You could take that down to the California police and you could type it up and says, hey, is this real? And I guarantee they'll tell you, yeah, you got charges filed against you. Somewhere roughly around 60. You don't want to do that. You know why? Because there's a chance you might not make it out of the police station. They may lock you up while you're in there because you have charges against you. So I'll give you your incident number. I'll send it right over to you. As a matter of fact, hold on for a minute. We got it down here. You go take it over to the police station and you show them. Say, hey, is this real? And I guarantee you, you don't make it out of there. I guarantee it, they lock you right up on the spot. As a matter of fact, I was told that I could go down and to the California police station. I could send them a copy of this down to them and request a warrant for your arrest, which I'm going to do. You do too much at the end of the day. Let me see. Let me see right here. Yeah, I'm going to get a warrant for your arrest. You do too much. So that's what I'm going to do. I got to get off. I got to call FBI because they're involved in this too. But you need to have somebody reach out to you and let you know this is going to happen. Because I think in your mind you think this is not going to happen. But I was told I can just do that instead. You're still going to be arrested either way. The dumb stuff. Like I said, this is the dumb stuff we got to put up with. This guy, something wrong with him. They're over there like a bunch of little cheerleaders. I bet you right now, little crow cats over there screaming and yelling, go, oh my goodness, we got him, we got him. Grow the freak up. My goodness. If that was the case, none of our stuff would work. Nothing. None of my video demonstrations, no customers, none of that stuff would ever work at all if that was the case. And if we ask you to send, we're not sitting there saying, well, it has a batch number on it. You're stuck with it. Never said that. We said ship it back. Because see, if the customer sits there and says, and we had this word, customer say, okay, the black technology is not for me. We make a gunmetal technology on the other site. We ship that out for free. So if you're not to the liking for this, we ship up to you for free. We've done it before on camera many times. Not a problem. But if we request for a ship back and you fight us on this, this is telling me that you did something to it. Because why would you fight this? And if you're going to complain about the shipping costs, did you pay for the shipping costs? Oh, I paid for the shipping cost. That's right. So if you send it back to me, I will reimburse your shipping. And guess who has to pay for shipping again? Oh, that would be me again. There you go. So it cost me $40 somewhere in change to ship that over to England. So with that being the case, it wouldn't have cost you any money. It would have actually costed me more money than you. And this is coming from an individual, as I told you at the end of the day, who basically clearly rips off his customers because, again, if it lands on the property, it's your problem. And it could land on the property with leaking. Mine, we had one come that way. We had a 2.0 was shipped in, and it was leaking paint everywhere, all inside the bag everywhere. The customer wasn't eligible for a return because Jamie has it on his policy. If it lands on the property, it's yours. We have two for police reports. Matter of fact, I gotta go and get the other one. Here you go. There's your first one. You have several of these. There's your incident report number right there. That's for you, Jamie. You have several of these. You got about, right now in your case, you got around 60 charges on you. So if you want, if you think that's fake at the end of the day, take it down to the police station. Have them dig it up on their computer. And they'll say, yep, you got several charges filed against you. Mr. Williams is in there. Danny Rogers is also in there. And FBI is looking into Solid Wake 5. They're getting your real name and all your information because they need it for court. Because I got a defamation lawsuit coming at you because you posted my face without my permission, right? That's why I say the guys, you're not too bright because, as I told you before, he's sitting on camera crying and whining about him losing his house But you posted my picture without my permission. You do know you get sued for that, right? All right. Well, you can't cry about something when you're doing dumb stuff as you're doing it. You guys are going to be sitting up there in prison over paint. You know how sad that is at the end of the day? You have inmates that'll beat the crap out of you because you gave up freedom for paint. Like, wait, you're in there for what? What, paint? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you can get you behind whipped for that. Rather have you, I hate to say it, they'd rather have you come in with a serious charge so you can have some kind of respect or some kind of cred. But you're in here for what? That's like basically getting arrested for a Snickers. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah. Paint. Jealousy. Over some dumb nonsense because you got upset. Let me see what we have here. Gee whiz Louise, man. On top of that, Joker's dealing with post office fraud charges on top of him. Is that a 40-year prison sentence for that? As I said, Mr. Fernando, the rest of them, I'm still going to prosecute them, but you're the one we want the most. My attorneys talk about you quite a bit. You're the one we want the most. With charges we already have stacked against you, as I explained to you before, enjoy your freedom while you can. When your day comes up and you're here in Allentown with us, you're not going home. That big old building across from you, that's where they're going to put you at. That's where they're going to process you over there. But before you reach that point, they have to come down and they have to file the charges on you, which means officers in your neck of the woods will be coming to see you. So if you want to, you can take the report down to them and ask them if it's real or not. And they'll tell you, yep. You might even be told, put your hands behind your back. You don't want to hear that line. Because that's a lot of charges you have right now. They may have to contain you. If you were here in Pennsylvania, you'd be locked up by now. But take it over there. Matter of fact, record the whole thing as you're walking in. I have to go down and get your last report, I think, next week. That's the final report. I'm done after that. And then we just give it to FBI and they take care of it from there. And what you should be worrying about most is not celebrating on your little victories. That there's not even a victory at the end of the day. Like again, like I said, overturned case already from the door. What you should be worrying about is getting yourself a very good defense attorney. Is something you're going to have. Because I think what happens is Fernando thinks for some reason that nothing's going to stick. That's what he's thinking. Oh, it's going to stick, buddy. It's going to stick. Mind you, we have from your website, this is a death threat. When you post someone's face with a dead or alive wanted poster right there with your company's name on it, again, that's a death threat. That's right in the middle. That's, even the officer told us that. That's a death threat. And that's right in the middle of an open case. That's an automatic 10 years right there alone. Jamie, you're not going to be able to survive, I guarantee you, a day in that place. You're not going to survive a day in there. Solid week 5 looks like he's an easy. You guys are like victims at the end of the day. You do. You look like victims. The only person I can probably say they'll probably look at and probably won't consider to be a victim is Matthews. That's it. The rest of you look like victims. Oh, man, we got all these documents. I can't believe we got this many. Every once in a while, I dig through this stuff because we don't look at this much. And man, there's a lot of documents on these guys. Let me see what we got here. My people chiming in. I'm up. Why are you up taking care of some business? What was this? Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah. And also, do me a favor too while you're at it, because I know California has calmed down by now. That survey thing, because if you don't, we'll do it for you. That survey thing, you claimed at the end of the day when you got on camera, you lied and told people that they were seeing 2 different paints. How about you do that survey so we can all watch other people walk off the street? Paint your screen on one side, paint it on the other side, and just come out and just say, just say, does this look like house paint to you? And you ripped all those people off. This is the reason why you don't have any customers. This is why you're mad and angry. You're bitter and upset because you don't have any customers. No one's buying from you because no one wants to match house paint in the day. We can't find any of your customers in forum sites. They don't go in there and talk about your products at all. And the reason why they don't talk about your products is because they don't want people to know they got ripped off. And who wants to know about they got scammed? I mean, you're so quick to call everybody a scammer at the end of the day. And again, I can't request this enough. Where's my black paint? Do I have to send you another certified letter requesting my black paint? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we sent Jamie a certified letter. Since you make claims that my product's fake, where's my black paint? Mr. Rogers, would you like that claim too? Oh, I forgot Mr. Rogers can't put his address down because he's afraid to do so. We've been through that one before. He's afraid to put his address down. What did you do that you don't want to put your address down? I put my address down. I don't got a problem with that at all, period. The reason why is because he's also too got some criminal charges facing him too. On top of that, we're challenging Mr. Rogers' company. On top of that, he has some defamation lawsuits coming up, but we're also challenging his company as fraud because he has false accusations on his products that don't exist. And Mr. Rogers, if you can't back this up, this is not basically, this is going to be with the, we filed this with the FBI. You can't back this up. You're looking at a 30-year prison sentence. Gee whiz, you guys get yourself in some of the dumbest troubles ever. We've got, Jamie has one charge against him for calling the police. You gave the alias name under, what was the name he used? Mike Gonzalez. Yeah, that's pretty obvious it was you. And they pinged it to your neck of the woods, by the way. So that's another charge coming up on you. And then we got the defamation, copyright infringement. It goes on and all this right here. You're seeing these. This is all scanned into the police computer right now. So when we bring stuff before the judge, we bring stuff before the police to file these charges. All the charges you have against you, there's a substantial amount of evidence scanned into their system to show that to support our claim. So again, I'm going to file the law. The lawsuits are being filed first because we know you're not going to show up. You're not coming here to Allentown. You come to Allentown, I'll have you arrested. Just so you know. If you step foot here in Allentown, I'll have you arrested. You take that incident report down there to California to the police, they'll arrest you on the spot. So, however way you want to go with it. So, there's nothing really you could do. When we sue you, you're not going to show up. So, we'll sue for whatever we want, and you will pay it because you have no choice. Because you can't show up because you have charges against you. And if you say you have the ability to be able to fight these lawsuits against you, you can't either way. So, that's done and over with. You're going to lose everything you have. That's done. And you're still going to owe me money when I'm done with you. Millions of dollars. You're going to owe me a lot of money. And again, I told you, as I read out what we can take from you, and the attorney has confirmed it, we can take literally everything from you. We can take your insurance. We can take everything from you. You get an inheritance, it's mine. You win the lottery, it's mine. You win $10 on a scratch off, it's mine. I can garnish your income tax. I can garnish your pay wages, everything. I can even take money you have set aside for college. I can take everything from you. Everything belongs to me. So, even that printing machine, everything you have, all of it's mine, everything. So when you look around your apartment, remember, that's my stuff at the end because you owe me money in this lawsuit. So you're not going to show up for that. We know that from the door. He's not going to make a plane trip to come all the way down here to Pennsylvania to stand a lawsuit that he's standing to lose either way. And then run the risk of basically getting arrested while he's down here because he has massive charges. Not one charge, he has 60 charges laying against him. He's not going to show up. So that's where the lawyers say, we'll take whatever we want. Because again, you can't come down, you can't fight it. And now, once the charges go through, that's going to be a little different. As I told you before, how it's going to happen. Because Jamie, we have to tell him this because Jamie he doesn't have a grasp on reality. Like the process server came and knocked on your door. These people are a little different. They're going to walk into your apartment and they're going to put handcuffs on you and cart you back out the door. And they're going to take you down through your driveway so all the people can see what's going on. And they're going to put you in a car and they're going to take you down to the precinct and they're going to charge you. That's what's going to happen. Then you're going to come up here for court because it happened up here. So you're going to be charged up here, the initial charges. So you'll come up here. And then when you come up here and then we go through everything that has to go through, at the end, you're not going home. That day will be the last time you see everything. You know, I try to avoid, and I have. If the judge sits there and says, well, how come it took you so long? Because I try to avoid. I've been through the system already. I try to avoid putting anybody in that situation. It's a bad situation you're going to go through. It's better, like I said, if you have protection, if you know people, if you have people on the inside with you, it's more easier. It's still a crappy process to go through, but at least it's a little easier. And then you've already made some bad waves in the river already with some of my other types of the family that you mentioned their names on a YouTube channel. They don't even know you, but they want to know you now. And they'll know where you're located at, they'll know where you're at, and they'll come see you. Because you mentioned some names. You got nasty with them. Just like you got nasty with those people on Instagram and you started calling them all kinds of racial slurs. Now, they know where you live at the end of the day. And someone's going to walk up to you sooner or later and want to confront you. Because you got to have treating people like trash, and you do. Same way how you act toward us is the same way you act toward other people. You treat the other people the same way. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Fernando. One thing you're going to learn when you're in that place like that, you are going to learn respect. Because if you don't, you're going to get your brains kicked out of you. That's what's going to happen. There'll be no commissary for your books. None of that. Due to the fact that you owe money. Any money that hits those books, they get taken off. It gets transferred back to me. So your people can't send you jack. Gee, he learns nothing at all. Can't teach you anything. There we go. Let me see. Now, mind you, in those criminal charges, we have the copyrights are in there about you violating our copyrights, doxing our address, harassment, cyberbullying, terroristic threats. It's all in there. And we have everything to back everything up. We have the documents from the process server, which basically we filed the claim against you. You can sit there and say at the end of the day it didn't go through. Actually, it did go through. If it didn't, the judge would have basically never had a process server go to your front door. Jamie does not know anything about the law and how it works. So let's explain things to Jamie so you can understand. I know you're in the room. Let me explain something to you. First things first, if you never had a claim against you and it never went through, you would never saw the process server. There wouldn't have been enough evidence in order to get the process server to bring it to court. It has to go through a process of stages, which means that there has to be enough evidence to bring a person to court. If there's not enough evidence there and it's lacking, guess what? The police got to go back and they got to finish their investigation. You got a little more time of freedom. But if there's enough substantial evidence that they can gather up to build a case against you, all they have to do is get it in front of a judge. And a judge will basically issue the warrant for your arrest. Or, as we did, a process server will come out and serve you to get you ready for court, to let you know that this is where you're going to have to appear, and so and so and so. Now, there's another different form of process server. Some people will serve you to go to court, and then other people, if there's a warrant for your arrest, these are officers that will come to your house and lock you up. Yeah. Now, I know about this because, like I said, I've been on that side of the fence already. Now, it's interesting. I was watching this demonstration. Jamie, this is far from you guys. You won't reach the stage for a while. But when you do reach it, it's going to be a beautiful day for you. The day of release. So, yeah, I listened to a YouTube video of a woman talking about her day when she was being released out of prison. Man, that brings back a lot of freaking memories. It does. Boy, to tell you something, it does. Brings back a lot of freaking memories. And then they give you that speech like, don't come back, or you're going to come back. You're definitely taunt the daylights out of you. Like, they're going to tell you that you're coming back. Oh, no, we're not coming back. I'm never going to see you people ever again. I literally sat there and said to the judge, no disrespect, but I hope I never see your face ever again. I never came back either. Got my act together. Some people don't, some people do. For you gentlemen, at the end of the day, I got 8 years and 9 months in that place. You, on the other hand, you're looking at way longer than that. Some of your prison charges, the post office charges alone carry 20 years a pop. That's 40 years right there from the door. As a matter of fact, I got a confirmation from there. I got to give them back some information. Whew, my goodness. I tell you something. I'm glad I got my freaking got mine over and done with. Now, if you run, I wouldn't suggest you do this. Don't run. Take it like a man and go up and see the judge. That's what you do. Don't run. If you run, you get something called a bench warrant. You don't want one of those because that means you'll be running for the rest of your life. You'll be called a fugitive. You don't want that. No, at the end of the day. And then that thought did cross my mind when I was basically about to go face some charges. I was lucky because well, actually blessed because usually they don't let you go home. They let me go home. And I had a very serious charge, extremely serious charge. I didn't kill anybody, but I had a very serious charge. But anyway, they let me go home. So I got a chance to spend home time with my family and everything before I was going back in. Before, actually not going back, before I was sentenced. So the day that and the reason why I tell you this, because it's kind of like, we know you're going to jail. We definitely know you're going to jail. My lawyers know you're going to jail. We all know you're going to jail. All right? But it's kind of like, what's the word for it? People may think that I'm kind of like rubbing it in to them. Not really. If I was going to rub it in, I would tell you stuff that's really going to happen to you when you're in there. I mean, I was good at the other end, but I could tell you some bad stuff that's going to happen to you. That'd be rubbing it in. Yeah. Or some stuff that can happen to you because you did some dumb stuff to some of my family members that, again, pissed them off. And they're going to, yeah. But anyway, so, yeah, that day of release is beautiful, man. I can't even remember what I ate when I got out. I had a milkshake, a cheeseburger, and fries from McDonald's. That's the first thing I got when I ate. And the good thing about me, when I was in there, I got $300 a month on my books, which is more than enough. I want to have family protection while I was in there anyway. So, that was good. Let me see. What we got here. So, yeah, your efforts, man. Gentlemen, like I said, worrying about whether my product is doing this, that, and the other, I back myself at 100%. Anybody has a problem with me, you can bring me to court. As I said, no, you got bigger problems to worry about. Because what I'm hitting you guys at the end of the day isn't anything about YouTube. It's about real life. I'll see you in court soon. You'll get a chance to meet my attorneys. You'll get a chance to meet me. And then you'll realize that you've made a very, very serious mistake. This mistake's going to cost you. And as always, let me show you something. Let's go over to my account. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be virtually impossible. None of these videos will work. That's why I know you haters are desperate. Desperate! You're like, oh my goodness, we got them. Oh, please, man. Y'all been trying this from day one. You see my shipping updates? When I show you my shipping updates, all those orders stacking in, coming in. They've been playing this hatred nonsense toward my company for the longest time. Has any of my orders stopped? Any of my business stopped? Anything at all, period. When I was on site, these guys were contacting the people that I was working with on site, telling them all kinds of nasty stuff about me. I'm talking about hatred. At the end of the day, did anybody at the end of the day let it go? The only person that did let it go was the one woman that you wanted and you threatened this woman. I seen the emails. They were horrible. Jamie, I'm going to explain something to you. This is why we want you. Because on how you treated people, you contact people, you say all kinds of nasty things to them, threats, all kinds of stuff. You think you're a big man at the end of the day, threatening some poor old woman who works at a place that basically helps other people at the end of the day, feeds the homeless. You think you're a big man? Man, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to keep this quiet, what I got to say. But I can't wait to get you down here. I can't wait till they put you behind bars. I can't wait. All that karma, all that crap you've been doing, I'm pretty sure you haven't been doing just to me. You've been doing it to other people down through time. Calling yourself a big man, threatening some little old lady at the end of the day. You're going to pay for all that. You're going to get that back 100 times fold. You're going to get that back for the way you acted, for the way you treated people down through time. You're going to get it back. And the best place, and at the end of the day, to teach you about karma is prison. That's the best place. You'll learn about karma in there all day long. And that's what you need to learn. Because you're going to get nasty with somebody in there, and they're going to come to your prison cell, and they're going to beat the crap out of you. That's what's going to happen. You better knuckle up. You already got problems to worry about. He's a nasty individual threatening that poor woman like that. Well, I've seen the emails. As a matter of fact, I sent them all your information where you live at. And if you sit there and say, oh, but that's not, no, buddy, that's your business address. Remember, when you filed for your LLC, you filed it under your apartment's name. So guess what? you made your apartment your place of business. So guess what? Yeah, I can give out your information freely, and it's not doxing. You register it. You actually, matter of fact, your registration that you have here, the police got it. We sent all that to them. So it shows where you live at, shows your address, everything we need, and it shows that you registered your LLC under your apartment. Gee whiz, how to get yourself in dumb trouble. Now, I'm going to go on, gentlemen, and make amazing products. And you are going to have to worry about not to drop the soap, because it's coming. You did it to yourselves. You got no one to blame. But I can see the jealousy already, the hatred, because customer tried to come in and scam my company, and you can clearly see at the end of the day, like I said, we sent them the ship back. I don't know why in the world anyone's going to fight a ship back. I have no idea why. $40 years. This is what he's going to get for this. This is the post office fraud charges. This is what we sent over to them. This has all your information, everything on it that was sent to the United States Postal Service with your name and face on the receipt, including the tracking number and videos and unboxing and PayPal, all transactions completed. Your case is airtight. Welcome to 40 years. We got you on 2 of these. On top of that, we can also show that you're also being charged for, what do you call it? What's the other charge he's getting at the end of the day? Royalties. You're being sued for royalties. Yeah, because you made money off Frankenstein. We can show that clearly there's a name on the container. Oh, yeah. All that stuff was scanned into the system. Everything is scanned into the system. Everything. That's why I told you, Jamie. When we bring you to court, we have enough evidence to bury you. Including the certified letter of us requesting for you to send us black paint. Right here. We send this to him. Certified letter. Judge also got a copy too. We requested for you, right? To send you black paint, right? And we gave this is the address. But my address on it too. There's no excuse for it. And we can show you signed for it already. So any defense lawyer you get, that's gone. That's completely gone. Forget it. Because he's going to even argue with you like, why didn't you send the black paint? If you made the ruling that his problem was doing all this stuff and he was scamming people and it was nothing but black paint, why did you send him black paint as he requested? I can't represent you. No, they can't represent you. But I'm looking forward to one of your attorneys contacting me because I would love to have a conversation with them. I want to inform them what they're up against and how much they're going to lose in the process and how bad this is going to be for them. Please have your attorneys email me, okay? I want to have a conversation with them. Email me with their information. I'll reach out and contact them. I'm going to have a nice little talk with them. I'm going to share some information with them, which we can do, and I'm going to show them what they're up against. And I guarantee you, bar none, that they're going to drop your case. Have them email me. I'm still waiting on that too. I haven't gotten that yet. No one has reached out to me with an attorney at all. Nobody. So have someone contact me because I want to have a talk with them. Man, I really got to clean that my desk a little more. Yeah, I got to really clean this mess up. It's jealousy. They see the FLE technology. Oh, they are so bitter about that. They're bitter about that. They're bitter about what do you have? The sun killer technology or outside showing it. You're bitter about that. You're bitter about everything we do. You're bitter. Always bitter about everything. Why don't you do something better? Show me a product. Can you these guys make something that actually works that we can pretty much test against that actually does work? Because you don't have anything else. You reached in for everything and you came out with nothing. Let me see. See, I can go to my account and do this. You can't do this ever. This is called shipping updates. So keep in mind the little celebration they're trying to have, which he'll find out in a few minutes. He'll get an email from PayPal telling his case was overturned because we have evidence showing that PayPal made the mistake. Now, if PayPal sits there and says, well, you know, hey, he says that the product came this way, we have a batch number showing it didn't. Yeah. Nope, not going to win that one. Not going to happen. Not going to try to scam my company at the end of the day and try to slander me and try to say at the end of the day that I rip people off. Are you kidding me? If that's the case, anything we've done wouldn't have worked. None of our challenges wouldn't have worked. So this right here, the gander at on the screen that we designed with our technology, something Jamie your paint can't do. This right here are, and I showed you this before, see all these orders right here? These stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of orders. The entire time when we were pushing out all those orders, Jamie was on the account screaming and yelling, which these are the charges you're going to be facing now in court. Basically slandering my product, mixing our stuff with black paint, trying to make getting stuff from customers and saying I got it from them, printing out our labels, all that stuff you're going to have to back up, because you can't, buddy boy, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But anyway, this shows you your effort is for nothing. Your little celebration over there is nothing, because at the end of the day, you see all those orders that are stacked up, tons and tons of orders. You were running all those campaigns against my company as being scammers or ripping people off. Do you see my orders drying up? Nope. You see any of my orders drying up? I'm doing 80, 90, 150, 200 orders, almost nearly a day. And you mean to tell me you went through all that campaigning on YouTube to get yourself locked up, get your freedom taken away, get you filed a couple of $1 million lawsuits slammed against you, to lose everything and end up in jail because you were jealous of my product? And did this take anything off my table? Anything come off my table? I got dozens of videos like this. Anything come off my table? Nothing came off my table. You know why? Because we can back our products 100%. And all that preaching and whining you were doing in the next room wasn't affecting us at all. Just like what you're doing right now, it doesn't affect me at all, period. Because in order for us to have all those orders at the end of the day, that means customers would have faith in our products, which they do. And this is why when we're on site and we're doing a job or we're setting up for something, this guy comes in and sends these places a whole bunch of bitter emails, upset, angry, saying that we're a threat, that we're this, that we're that, and there are all these things at the end of the day, that we steal, we rob, all kinds of stuff he says about us. Nasty things he says about us. And the first time the person comes back to me and says, man, I feel sorry for you, man. This is hater contacting us. Call you a hater, contacting us. He must really be jealous. So yeah, that's Crow. That's Jamie at the end of the day. Here's his information. Everybody has your information. They know who you are. They know where you live at. There you go. This is where the emails are coming from. Yep. You didn't know that, did you, Jamie? Yep. Every person that you sent emails out to, we went in and we sent them over all your information. The woman you threatened, she has all your information. You know she's heavily connected? She's heavily connected through downtown, through the city, all that. She's heavily connected. She has all your information. She knows everything about you. Hey, look, man, you're going to be a punk at the end of the day, and I hate to put it this way, sorry, people, but you're going to be a punk and hide behind your keyboard like a punk you are. You are a punk, Jamie. You hide behind your keyboard and you threaten people. That's what you do. You're not a man at the end of the day. You're going to see me face to face pretty soon. Let's see how bold you are. Because you're a punk. You are. You look like a runner to me. You look like a person who ran home from school every single day. You strike me as that person. You're a punk. Because you hide behind the keyboard. You hide behind fake addresses and all that stuff. If I'm going to reach out to you, you have my address. When I sent that certified letter to you, what was on that certified letter? My address. When I went in and bought my product from you, what was on there? My address. You're a punk. That's what you are. You're a coward. You hide behind your keyboard. That's what you do. Keyboard and phone, that's what you do. But don't worry, you'll see me face to face. I definitely plan to make sure I see you. I won't be at the airport, because if I was at the airport, you ain't going to make it to court. I'll tell you that much. But I'm going to see you. I'll tell you that much. You can take that as a threat as you want. Don't care. But you are going to see me. You're not walking out of that courtroom. I'll tell you that there from the door. You're not walking out. And that means because Jamie's going to jail. Jamie is not leaving that courtroom. Ain't going home. Ain't nowhere in the world you're going home with that many charges slammed on you. We're already requesting from the judge that we want a minimum of 30 years. That's what we're requesting. We got thousands of emails from you, text messages with racial slurs all over them. Oh, see how well that's going to sit up in court. You want to call people niggers at the end of the day. Text messages, all that. All your numbers were traced. Everything came back to you. Emails came back to you. Some of them came from some other people. Mr. Williams got himself in some deep crap too. On top of that, hanging around with these guys at the end of the day. These jokers going to jail. He got 2 counts of mail fraud on him. They were already filed already. He signed his name. He put his signature on the envelope. I told you they're not smart. They're idiots on the envelopes. Yep. They go in and match your signature to anything. You know, every time you sign a check or sign your name to something, even at a cashier, even at a bank, that's your signature right there. You don't think about that kind of stuff. And he got terrorist threats, and he's being sued on top of that. And we know where you live at, Mr. Williams. We know your apartment building. I know your apartment number. I know who basically leases your building. Your building, the whole entire, your property management, everything. Calls. And also on top of that, we also filed charges that you were impersonating a minister, because you addressed it our company multiple times posing as a minister, and you're not a minister at all. We had the background check search done. You don't have any licensing, anything, you know, graduate, anything from any college or anything. You don't have anything with no certification, nothing. So you can't go around calling yourself a minister or addressing yourself as a minister. You can go to jail for this. Good luck on that one. All right. Now, enjoy your little crowcast, because mind you, you are being watched. And as for the case, it got overturned because we had the batch number and PayPal messed up and made a mistake. Let me see what we got going on here with this. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. There you go, Jamie. Take this down to your police department and tell them to look this number up right here. Look it up. I guarantee you don't walk out of that police station. I guarantee you never walk in there. GoPro it. Record the whole thing. Walk in there. Give him that incident number right there. These are your charges, buddy, and growing. Matter of fact, this is the last time I was at the police station. I got to go back and get the second set. We got copyright infringement lawsuits in there for Jamie Fernando Gonzalez right there. Look at that. Doxing addresses. Got your company's name, company information. Showed it was lawsuits filed against you. Just a whole lot of stuff in there. Telling people to go to his home address. All kinds of stuff. That's an official copy right there, buddy. You think your charges ain't real? Oh, they real. I'll see you in court soon, buddy. You're not going home. You're not going home. I'm not playing with you. Your life is about to change big time. And Mr. Williams, you're in that charge too. The new charges I'm picking up, you've been added to that. Mr. Rogers, you're also in those charges. Mr. Wake, let me get your name and all that good stuff. You're also in there too. We got your YouTube handle in there. That's all we need. And that's all the FBI needed too on top of that to figure out exactly who you are. You're in there because we got a defamation lawsuit going to be filed against you. And on top of that, you basically made a claim that that was my product on his channel. You claimed that that was my item at the day, and it's not my item to begin with. And since you made that claimant, you basically have committed fraud against my company. Not only that, including with the fake unboxing, fake receipts, that's considered fraud. So you're looking at a 30-year prison sentence, because that's what we're going to push for. And since you guys all know each other, because we got you guys in all one big room, talking back and forth, you all are affiliated, you know each other back and forth, that's a conspiracy charge also. So, like I said, paint's not your biggest problem right now. Gentlemen, you can't do anything to get out of this. So you know, the only thing you could do is get a lawyer to try to minimize the damage. And since Jamie is the ringleader of it all, the problem you have here is you're going to get blamed for all his crap. That's what's going to happen, because you all know each other and you all are part of this whole group of trying to tear up my company. So you're all going to be a part of that. The interesting part of it all, which I'm going to find quite fascinating, is exactly how many people that Jamie's going to stab in the back, because he's going to go down, he's going to take you with him. And he may tell you at the end of the day, oh, no, I would never do that. Oh, he is. See, it's different when you're on the outside and you make that statement. But when you have an officer come to your door and slap handcuffs on you and they stick you in the bullpen and you're being charged for these crimes that you just did, because he has to be charged for it, then your whole attitude completely changes. You'd be surprised. You stab your own mother in the back just to get out of that situation. To be in that holding cell with all those people in there, anything could pop off in that place. And you get a fight easy in the holding cell. It doesn't make a difference in the police station. Fights break out anywhere. They don't care. So you might get punked. Shoot, first thing they do is when you go sit on the bench, somebody's going to come over to you and tell you, hey, you're sitting in my corner. You think that's a joke? That actually does happen. I want to make sure, see if you're going to get up or not. Now, if you get up and you move, they're going to push you around, which means they're going to say, now you're sitting in my corner. Now you're sitting in my corner. That does happen. It's not a joke. It does happen. They want to see whether you're going to fight or not. Best thing you can do is just throw a punch. That's what you can do. That's what you're going to have to do. Throw a punch. Hey, you may get the crap kicked out of you, but at least it shows at the end of the day you ain't going to take nobody's crap. So, worse upon worse that'll happen is, if you punk up in the bullpen, then what's going to happen is, you never know. If you're getting transferred, if you can't get bail, like say you can't get bail. Say you go before a cyber judge, you got way too many charges, and they're refusing to give you bail. That means you have to stay there. And so basically get ready to transport you up to a holding facility for the time being until you have to go to court. That also can happen. You can be denied this. He can be denied bail. So if that happens, then that means that you could end up going to a facility with somebody that might have been in the bullpen with you, and they'll say, hey, see that guy over there? He's a coward. Then the day, oh, I want somebody to chump him in the bullpen. He didn't do anything. He didn't fight. He didn't do nothing. You automatically easy pickings already from the door. So the best thing to do is to fight. You know, I hate to put it this way, and I really hate to say it this way, and it's actually true, but I hate to say it that way. And it's true when I say this. Some black people may get upset with me, but it's true. We go into the bullpen, we're not bothered with it. It's rare we get into a rumble in there. Unless it's somebody we know from the streets, that's pretty much it. But most of the time, we sitting there just chilling. People just leave us a freak alone. But if you stand out like you guys would stand out. That's the problem. You would stand out. You better toughen up, get some tattoos or something at the end of the day, because you guys would stand out. You in my neck of the woods, where I used to live at, in my old neighborhoods, yeah, you would definitely stand out. Yeah. Oh, man, the trouble people get themselves into doing dumb stuff. All right, well, I'm going to go back to work. I got to do another demonstration of why Grace rings suck, and they do. And I know he's probably taking that personally. Oh, no, Jamie, you're not the only person that makes great paint. Goodness gracious, I swear this guy is such a prima donna. You get so upset anytime somebody mentions the word great paint. It does not work. Do me a favor. It's sunny. I think it's sunny in California right now. Go pop out there and do a demonstration and show us a Starfield demonstration or show us side-by-side demonstration or whatever. Matter of fact, go pick up some of that freaking apple bottom paint. That stuff is actually pretty good for great paint. And put it against your product. That's all you got to do. But, whatever. Anyway, so, like I said, ooh, cookie. I forgot I had this over here. So good. So anyway, as I said before, we got bigger fish to worry about, man. It's not going away. These charges are not going away. You got to see me. We're going to see each other in court. And the big problem that the rest of you got, Rogers and the rest of y'all, you're going to have to worry about Jamie. You're going to come for him first, so you know that. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's going to crack. And he's going to dime on you guys left and right. He's already thrown you under the bridge already. You're already under the bus, the bridge, whatever you want to call it. The first day that we sent him out the permission slip to send us the black paint, this is the reason why you guys are in this situation, because he lied and made up false accusations about our company having nothing but black paint. They were ripping people off. So if that's the case, then he should have basically sent out the black paint to us, proving his theory was true. But he didn't, because he can't prove the theory is true, because he knows our products work and he's lied on camera. And with that being the case, he's already thrown you under the bus already. So you're already screwed already from the door. You're already. It's just that the fact that if he didn't think that much about your friendship, to not send us the black paint, then he really doesn't care about you to begin with. And what's going to happen is, gentlemen, because you've gotten yourself involved with this individual, he's going to throw you under the bus. When they come to his door, because again, when the process server came to Jamie's door, Jamie's a coward. Jamie hid behind his wife. It says it right there. It's in the documents. They had to report everything back to us that happens. It says his wife came to the door. He didn't come to the door. He was there. His wife came to the door. And she cracked the door just a little bit. And the process server had a conversation, and first they try to state that they're moving and whatever nonsense, but come on, please. What they'll do is you make that statement to go over to your property management and they'll check with your landlord about you. You don't want that at the end of the day, because if he gets word that there's basically a processor at the front door, he's going to know why he's there. And when he finds out, that means you violated your lease and you can be actually removed from the apartment. So you're lucky it didn't go that way. But anyway, so they stuck it to his door. So after that happened, Mr. Wake went in and removed all his videos off his channel. He deleted them all. Of course, that's why you don't see the other demonstration under the magic paint. We have it because we dubbed it. But anyway, it shows how scared you guys are, how frightened you are. So with that being said, your biggest enemy is not me right now. Your biggest enemy is Jamie. That's going to be your biggest enemy. Because Jamie, when they come down to him, and keep in mind, Jamie, you can't hide behind your wife on this one. When they go lock you up and they take you through the whole process of taking your pictures and shoelaces and your belt, you got to stand to the side, stand to the front, you hold a little piece with your number on it. That's your ID number you'll have on the back of your suit. It's going to kick in. And all of it's going to kick in. It's going to kick in that this is extremely real. This is not YouTube anymore. This has gotten real. And then when you're looking at the charges, because they're going to read your charges off on what you're being charged with. If you don't believe me, you can take that incident number yourself right down to the police station. You can go look it up for yourself, but I doubt you probably get out of there. So you won't go in there. You're not going down there. But it's going to get real for you real quick. And then what's going to happen is you're going to try to figure a situation how to get out of this mess, because pretty much that's just human instincts anyway. Try to figure a way how to get out of the mess. So who can you blame? Who else can you put the problem on? Who did this? Who caused all this? Who triggered it? Well, clearly we know it's you. I mean, you're not going to get around what I have to say in court, because I'm going to tell right from the door it all triggered from you. And these guys just all followed behind you. So you're going to get the brunt of the blame. They're going to get charged, but you're going to get the massive brunt of the blame. So he's going to figure out how to lighten the load. That's what he's going to do. And Mr. Rogers and all you guys, yeah, he's going to throw you under a bus. Ugh. You have people already on the charges, the new ones. So they want to know what's your affiliation with these individuals and how do you know them. Gentlemen, you can basically get time for association for just knowing someone. You get time for it. And especially if you committed these crimes that are similar to the crimes that they also committed also. So, as I told you before, Jamie's going to throw all of you under a bus. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty much, when it comes down to it, they're going to give somebody a plea deal out of it all, because it's a lot of charges. So somebody's going to get a plea deal out of it. So it depends on who's going to snitch first. Either way, you're all going to go to jail regardless. But it depends on how much time you're going to get. No one wants to spend that much time in there to begin with. Heck, I did only freaking 8 years and 9 months in that place. So I couldn't imagine doing freaking 20 years in there. I couldn't even imagine doing that. I can do 10 years. I mean, I could have gotten away with the 10 years, yeah. Would I want to do it? Nah, but I had to do it. I had no choice. But anyway, so, but, you know, I got the 8 years and 9 months. You know, I was supposed to get 9 years. That's what I was supposed to get, but I got on good behavior. But anyway, you guys are looking at way beyond that. You're looking at very serious charges. So you're looking at a couple of years in there. So you're going to snitch on each other. All right, some people contact me. Hey, what's up? What you doing? Yep, you're going to snitch on each other. And until then, I'm going to still keep processing orders at the end of the day, as I always do, and getting ready for my next stage, because I'm going to be showing up in all these different locations, but I can't wait. I'm so excited about that. And you guys, well, you don't have any access to internet anymore, because you do know how you did, right? So once you commit crimes online, and this involves the FBI, this means that you have no access to online again. You can't get back online ever, at all. Period. Never, ever. That means your websites and all your stuff gone. All that stuff gone. It's gonna get wiped clean. Everything, all gonna be wiped clean. The minute it basically you're charged with this, they have to contact these institutions and let them know that you've been charged with these crimes, and they have to start removing your stuff. Your site's going to be going, PayPal account's going to go, all that's going to disappear. Gone. That's in the day. Oh well. That's why I said all over paint and jealousy. That's what it came down to. Jealousy and paint and jealousy. Yeah. And as for the other fellow, who basically, we know you know Jamie and all them, we know that from the door. And we know you came in and bought our products to try to slander my product at the end of the day, to try to make it look bad. I came in and showed clear evidence that we did request a ship back from you. We showed the email. We're talking back and forth with this person. He didn't want to send the item back. He kept going on and on and on. He made statements that this is how his product turned out. Well, a customer just came in again and showed us pictures of her football Super Bowl start off, showing this nice picture of the announcement team and everything, and her product came from the same container. And the other fellow with the 4,000, sorry, the 3,000, I don't know, 4,000, 5,000, it's a crazy projector. He has an LS, Epson LS something, LS 800, the newer model, not the 400, the newer model. But anyway, showed off his at the end of the day. So their products were perfectly fine. And PayPal has acknowledged that if that was the case and they didn't know how it was made, I said, yeah, this stuff is made in 5 and 10 gallon containers. So they would have a lot more complaints than that at the end of the day. So this is why L2, when we request your ship back, he fought it. There's no way in the world I'm sending you out black paint and it has gray around it like that. No. And on top of that, we can tell that the batch number was re-glued. It was glued on. We didn't glue the batch on, we taped them on. So we saw that. So, with that being said, while you try to make claims that I try to rip people off at the end of the day, Jamie, I hope you make some videos about this, because you know you're being watched. My attorneys are watching you. We'll see you in court, Mr. Fernando. I look forward to meeting you. No, I will not be shaking your hand. I'll be waving to you from the other side of the courtroom. And like I said, if you're confident enough, you take that incident report that you think that's fake at the end of the day, and you take it down to your police, right down in your section, and you show them the report. So I got these charges you filed on me. You got a lot of charges on you, man. A lot of charges. Like I said, it's a good chance you ain't walking out of that building either. You got one charge on you. They won't let you out of the building. You got 60 on you. They're not letting you out of that building at all, period. Go take it down there with it. Record the whole thing while you're at it. Because if you're over here in Pennsylvania, you lived over here, you'd be in jail right now. Only reason why you're not, because you're over in California. That's it. Once the FBI gets done and they finish their final investigation, they get a warrant for your arrest. Guess what they're going to contact? They're going to contact FBI in California, and they're going to come get you. That's the way you're going to see them. But walk in that police station with that incident report. Go ahead, do it today. Walk in there and show them it. See if it ain't real or not. Bet you won't do it. So if you excuse me, I have to finish the rest of my demonstrations for today. I still have to go down next week and get the rest of the charges, which have everyone's name attached to it. Your names are all in the charges now. And then we can get the ball rolling from there, and I call the FBI, get in there and transfer all the information over there. Mind you, gentlemen, we are also challenging your companies also too. So Jamie, your company is being challenged on multiple things. The fact that you committed fraud against your customers, the fact that you basically, your company has committed 2 accounts of post office fraud, also to the fact that your LLC itself basically shows that there is not only documents missing that you have not reported yet, but also too that you have committed perjury on your LLC by relying on government documents. We've also reached out to the lawyer that also signed that paperwork and informed them that you basically committed fraud and perjury on your documents. Good luck with that. Now, gentlemen, if I want to cause you further pain, I'll reach out to your landlords next. Because like I said, Jamie, it's not hard to get you removed. That document that I have right over there that has an incident report attached to it, I can send that to your landlord right now. And also, too, question your landlord, which my lawyers will be speaking to him, because we want to know if he knew about your activities that were going on in this building, including the process server that came to your front door. So I can get you removed. try to be nice about things, gentlemen. You may not think about I'm not being nice, but I do try to be nice about it. Oh, my goodness. Now, you wasted enough of my time on this dumb nonsense. It's a sad thing that I have to come out here and basically make these statements this way. It is. It's sad. I worked very hard at the technology I designed. Very, very hard. And the fact that I have to come out here and make these statements like this is the reason why sometimes I think about maybe selling out and giving my technology to the highest bidder. Because I can make millions of dollars real quick, real fast. And I don't have to deal with this nonsense anymore. I mean, how much more do we have to prove? We have more demonstrations than anybody else. We do more tests than anybody else. Our products do things that other people can't do. And even to back it up, I can launch a Spartan and wipe everyone's product clean, or I can open up a post office box and say, send me something that can take my screen. Can anyone do that? No. We make sure that our products aren't insanely costly. We don't charge you $3,000. We don't cost you $5,000, even though we can beat these screens with no problem whatsoever. We make sure that our products are made so everybody can afford them. Now, am I blaming everybody for this particular idiot customer at the end of the day? No, I'm not blaming you all at the end of the day. I have amazing customers. Those are the customers that keep me coming back and keep me designing technology and not from keeping me selling out to bigger companies, because I get people at the end of the day to come in and appreciate what I do for a living. I get customers to come and say, hey, thank you, Mr. Bird, for making the product. Thank you, Mr. Bird, for not selling out. Thank you, Mr. Bird, for putting the time and hard work in. Those are the customers at the end of the day that keep me developing new technology so customers can have a decent projection screen as I'm looking here on my 50 lumen projector in a fully lit environment and using it as a computer monitor. These are the customers that appreciate our work at the end of the day. But we know we're going to get the haters, so we would never blame our good customers at the end of the day and make you suffer due to the fact of the haters at all, period. So, like I said, we'll get through all this nonsense we have to get through. I'll get these individuals in court and they'll be prosecuted, and then we'll be done with them. And we'll be using them as an example. Gentlemen, I'm going to throw the maximum of everything that I can throw at you. My attorneys are going to hit you with everything we have. When I get done with you, as I said before, I'm going to bury you under the prison. I am not joking with you. And I'm not doing this out of hatred. I don't want you to believe that. I have to use you as an example, so that way we don't have any future problems, that may grow into people like you again, so that way we can show you as an example, which we'll explain to the judge. We've had problems with you guys for years. Some of you for years, some of you a little less than that. But still, we've had problems with you. And to make sure that these problems don't reoccur to this particular state of mind, we have to make sure we use these individuals as an example. Not to do it ever, for other people to do it again. And this is why I'm going to make sure that I request from the judge that we want a minimum of 30 years. My goodness. Until then, you have my email address. Have your attorney contact me. Stop contacting me. This is dumb nonsense. I mean, come on, get for real. Send me your attorney. Get your attorney contact me. I'm going to speak to your lawyers. I really do. Have them reach out to me. You got my email address. Send me an email. Have your attorneys reach out to me. I don't have to give him another week or so. Gee whiz, you got into the end of the month. Get an attorney over here to contact us, because I want to have a conversation with him. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty ticked off in court if you haven't told them the whole truth. Pretty sure you probably lied to them and said, well, you know, we didn't do anything at all. This guy's just accusing us for nothing. We didn't do anything at all, period. Good luck with that one. Mr. Wake, I know at the end of the day that you are basically nervous about losing your house. Let me assure you, I'm taking your house. You are not a very smart individual. You literally got on YouTube and cried about me taking your house. You said it was a threat. It's not a threat, Mr. Wake. When we get your name sooner or later, it's a promise that I'm going to take your property from you. You're not a smart human being. And the reason why I tell you this, you shot 2 pictures of me. You put 2 pictures of me on your account. That's a defamation lawsuit. Did I give you permission to use my face? No. One of the pictures you took off my Facebook account. We can show clearly it's on my Facebook account. That's where you took it from. So you went in and stalked me, went through my Facebook account, found the picture, took the picture and took a copy of it and saved it to a folder. Creepy. and then basically used it as a thumbnail. What do you call that at the end of the day? I call it a lawsuit. So do you have the money to pay Mr. Bird to sue you for $1 million? That's what I'm going to sue you for. Do you have $1 million? So if you don't have $1 million, guess what I'm going to take? I'm going to take your house. This is open and shut. Gee whiz. Next time, do not take people's pictures without their permission. And you won't get yourself into a minute lawsuit. Now you may sit there and say at the end of the day, well, you got my face on a picture. Buddy, we didn't take your picture. You put your picture on there. You put your picture on the thumbnail, taking a picture next to fake forged receipts that you claim that you got from my company. That's what you did. Ooh, that's going to go bad with the judge too. That's pretty bad. Gee whiz. But anyway, that's what you did. So that's what we're using against you in court. So again, yeah. Jamie, you want to complain about someone using your face at the end of the day? Guess what? That's your face on a matching house paint. You made the video. No one put a gun to your head. Ta-da! There you go. All right, then. All right, people. That's based about it. Excuse me, gentlemen. I got real products to make. I'll see you in court. Jamie, I am looking forward to seeing you, buddy. Can't wait to see you. Yeah. I'll see you in court soon. That's going to be the happiest day of my life. I'm not going to tell you when, but when it happens, buddy, I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear. Mind you, courtroom's going to be filled with family, so you know. Yeah, it's just going to be interesting. I cannot wait for this day. Happiest day of my life, I'll tell you. And I'm not more happy than getting released from jail. That was pretty nice right there altogether. You never forget that one right there. But anyway, yeah. Man. I'll tell you something, gentlemen. If it wasn't the case that I never went through the system, I'd have had you locked up a long time ago. Quicker than what we're talking about now, we had you locked up a long time ago. But I fought it. I fought that. Even all the dirt that you guys were doing to me on a day-to-day basis, I fought it. You know that? I fought it. I gave you an opportunity to get out of this mess. I fought it. Heck, we even sent Jamie a cease and desist order. I fought it because I didn't want you to go through this, what I went through. But you didn't give me an option. You didn't give me an option at all. I'm going to literally tell the judge that. You think I'm afraid to tell the judge that I did time? I ain't afraid of that. Because I'm going to tell him that's the reason why we fought to keep you out of that situation. So all this dirt you're doing to me, and I'm sitting here trying to say, you know what? I'm going to try to ignore this as much as I can because I don't want to see them go through the system. Now I want to see you go through the system. I gave you the opportunity. You didn't take it. I sat there and said it on camera. You know, I try to give people a way out, an opportunity, a way out of the situation. This is why we sent you a cease and desist order. This is why, you know, I've taken my time to do this. And you just kept carrying on and you wouldn't take it. You wouldn't take it. You just kept carrying on. You wouldn't take it. So I told you that, look, man, when it comes time for me to go to court, I don't show any mercy at the end of the day. So I'm building my case, got all my information, I'm ready to go in. So there'll be no mercy for you. I've given you the opportunity to turn to me and cry, whine, beg, all you want to do at the end of the day. I don't care. I've given you the opportunity. And you didn't take it. And you should have took it. We get to that courtroom, Jamie, you are going to regret everything you do that day, man. It's going to feel like it's going to be a nightmare for you. When you walk in that courtroom, the shortness of breath, the dry cotton mouth, the heart rate bouncing at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, I know your fate. I know what's going to happen to you. Your problem is you don't. It's always the unknown that terrifies you the most. Now, I know you're probably sitting behind camera smiling, laughing about this. Yeah, but deep down inside, you're terrified, and I know you're terrified. You're absolutely terrified. And the rest of your buddies are terrified too because they don't know at the end of the day if they can trust you in that situation. Oh well, hate to plant that in your head, but it's already in there probably already. Oh, people take freedom for granted. They do, they take it for granted, don't they? Unbelievable. You just don't know exactly what you're about to give up. My goodness, the ability to be able to do what you want to do and when you want to do it. To a certain degree, so you'll end up in that situation. You don't get it. You really don't. But you will. You'll understand. If you are lucky, gentlemen, to get out of this situation that you have gotten yourself into, hopefully you become better people in society. Because the game that you carried on at the end of the day, most people I know at the end of the day would have offed you by now. That's it. Most people I know, at the end of the day, if you had carried that game out with them, contacting them, cursing out my 89-year-old mother, saying all kinds of nasty stuff to her, my emails and stuff, you carried on like that at the end of the day, you would have been gone by now. So you'll learn. You'll learn how to respect people. When you get in that system over there, you'll learn to respect people. Carry that nonsense over there. Mr. Rogers, go in there and curse somebody out the way you cursed me out. Go in there and do something like that and see what happens to you. Yeah, okay. You're going to learn. You are definitely going to learn. When I say you're going to learn today, you're going to learn. But hopefully you get out of that situation, you'll learn. You'll be better people at the end of the day. I'm just so happy that when I go to court, I'm going to be on the opposite side of all that, which is I'm happy to be on that side. Gee whiz, all this over paint. Gee, are you that jealous? That bad? That jealous? Yeah. Let me tell you something real quick. I know that's another word I like to say a lot. When I go to the store and I go pick up a pack of gum, do you know how fantastic that feels? Even though I haven't been back in jail in a very long time because I said I was never coming back, and I did everything I could to basically better my life when I got out. But you know how fantastic, even though I've been free for a long time, you know how fantastic that feels just to go out and just get a pack of gum, open it up, and sit there on the corner and just chew it and just stare at everybody walking back and forth. Just sit there and just think. You never forget that experience as long as you live. It's something, if you do happen to survive and get out of the situation, you will never, ever forget it. It'll be with you for the rest of your life. But it's interesting, gentlemen, and I'll tell you why. Your timeline, you're old, just like me. See, when I did mine, I was 16 years old. I was young. So I had time to kill. So by the time I reached my 20s or so, I was released. So that basically gave me some time to try to build something. You, on the other hand, you're old. Any time added to you is time you can't afford. This is where it gets bad for you. 10 years, even 5 years, which we're going to get way more than that, is time taken from you that is going to be more valuable to me at being 16, losing time. I'm young. I got time to kill. As long as when I get out, I'm old enough or young enough, at least young enough, in order to be able to do something or enjoy something. And then on top of that, being at 16, didn't really have much that I built or owned or had at the end of the day. So I didn't really have nothing to lose when I went in, but my freedom. You, on the other hand, you have built things. You've built families. You have grandkids, if you do have them. You have built your homes and establishes your business and whatever you've done. You've built these things, and this is not the time that you want to spend the remaining of your life or whatever's left of it in a prison. This is the reason why it took me so long to file these lawsuits against you, to file all this against you. Because maybe if I stayed to myself and I just chill, they just go away. But you guys didn't want to go away. You just coming back and calling me this and hitting my emails up and calling me that and this, that, and the other. And I got to keep coming in, defending my company and doing this and that. And I'm like, man, I was going to have to do something about this. So, yeah, that's what we did. So consider the fact that your time right now is very precious to you right now. And you guys, Jamie's looking at 40 years alone for mail fraud. His life is over. What's Jamie right now? 47, 48 right now? You're going to be 80 years old alone just for fraud charges and mail? And that's not considered the additional 30 years we're going to slap on top of you for all this nonsense over here. You got freaking charges coming up on you and federal court because we're not going to the CCB anymore. We decided to take the copyright lawsuits to federal court. So that's 10 years and 20 years right there, stacked right there. And he's never getting out. He's going to live in that place for a very long time. He is never, ever getting out. And there's rules that you have to know in there when you get in there. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't know these rules. There's some very valuable rules you don't need to know in there. But you learn those things as you go along. But anyway, as I said before, you gentlemen are too old to be doing this kind of stuff. This is stuff kids do at the end of the day. You're making memes of my face and sending me emails, and people seeing the emails, they seen the messages you sent to my company's account, calling me scammer and all this crazy stuff. Come on, kids do that kind of stuff at the end. That's kid stuff. You're grown adults. You're going to jail for all this. All those emails that were sent through, FBI has all those emails, all those text messages, everything. They have everything. All this is going to be up on a monitor for you to see in court. Everything. You're going to go to jail. You've taken 10 years from your life. Think your wife's going to wait around for you? No, I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You might get divorces, and I'll tell you why you can get divorces, because through lawsuits, sometimes the spouse can be hit with a lawsuit. We can't garnish your wages, we can garnish theirs. You owe me money. You got to pay it up somehow. How are you going to pay me? You don't have a couple $1,000,000 to pay me at the end of the day. How are you going to pay me? It's on court of record that you owe me this money. I can go to any creditor and come after you because you owe me so much money. How are you going to pay me? You don't have that kind of money. You got somebody in your family member that got the kind of money can pay me? So if you don't have it, then guess where I also want to take it from? I'm going to take it from your family. I'm going to take it from your wife. That's where I'm going to take it from. Her wages, her income tax is mine. So you can't get mad about that. You did it. And I'm pretty sure that in this situation, that once they do get wind of what's going on and what you triggered and what you caused at the end of the day, that you had ways out of this situation. And you did have ways out of this situation, because it took me a while to file these lawsuits. Now, you can sit there and say the statute of limitations may not be valid, but they are, because you literally done so much crap. You kept refreshing the statute of limitations on every single thing that was filed against you. Anything that was done 5 years ago, you repeated it again a couple years later and a couple years later. So you kept it fresh. That's what made it easiest to file against you. If you did these crimes 5 years back and never did anything else and mind your own business, then guess what? We couldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. But you kept doing dumb stuff. And mind you, Jamie was sending us stuff in the middle of an open case. Williams was sending stuff over. Williams' case is pretty fresh. Matthews is also too fresh. Gee whiz Louise. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to tell you right now, you got divorces coming up. You think I'm joking? Yeah, they're going to divorce you at the end of the day. They're going to be pissed. Why wouldn't they be pissed? So they mean to tell me that I have you. You're my husband at the end of the day, and I basically depend on you to be the man of the house, to take care of our family, and this, that, and the other. How in the world they're going to respect you? How can your kids respect you if you're trying to teach them good values in life, but you carry yourself this way? Yeah, there you go. So you got on YouTube and you accused me as being this scammer and ripping people off. And you continued these lies. And you went on and you did these fake unboxings and mixing black paints and made this huge rumor that I was this person at the end of the day, when I wasn't. I'm just an individual working, trying to make good product. That's it. Because you were jealous, Jamie, many years back, because I wouldn't give you the secret of what was in my product. So you became obsessed with my company. And you prosecuted me for something that I didn't even do. Everybody in business is going to have customers that like them and customers that don't like them. And the ones that don't like it, you basically magnify those. Like, oh, look, he's a scammer. Like all these people, you don't look at all the good and everything that I do and all the hard work that I put in. I put more hard work than you've ever done. And yet you come in here and you're prosecuting me and blame me for something that I didn't even do. I even sent you to tell me you can send me black paint. If I'm a scammer at the end of the day, you can send me black paint and I'll do it live for everybody. Did you send it? No. Prosecuted me for something I didn't even do. So yes, when I see you in a court, I will make sure you never see the light of day. You will die in that prison, Jamie. So you understand this. You will live and die in that prison when I get done with you. Because you did something where you went out and you attacked my 89-year-old mother. You sent nasty things about her. You have attacked people in my family and said nasty things about them, which you're going to pay for dearly. You have going out and doxed my addresses, which have nothing to do with my business whatsoever. You have stalked me. You have made puppets and weird characters and all kinds of stuff. You're a nasty human being. You're going to get everything you deserve when you go there. Yeah, may God have mercy on you, because you will need it. So Is your wife going to be with you? No. No, I guarantee you. You destroyed their household. You destroyed their family. They're getting sued. They're going to lose everything. The lawsuit, when they're filed, I can't basically go in and say who gets hit with what. Everybody gets hit with everything. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. So your kids are going to get hit with it. Your wife's going to get hit with it. Anything in that household or anything we can take, it's ours. That's what the collector's going to take. The debtor is going to take everything at all. They're not going to pick and choose. They're going to take everything. Everything. And she's going to be very upset over this. And she's going to argue, but she's going to know why in the world and how did we get in this situation. And when you explain to her why, I get you, I guarantee you got a divorce coming. Now, if she divorces you, guess what? Well, we can't touch her. Can't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Because she's not with you anymore. So it's going to be a painful situation to go through. I hate to put this in your head, but this is what's going to happen to you, my friend. You're going to be in that 4x8. You're going to lose your mind in there. And I guarantee you that the one thing that you need to keep it together will not be by your side, because she's going to hate your guts at the end of the day because you destroyed their family doing dumb stuff at the end of the day. You're supposed to be a man. You do know that, right? Now, anyone wants to take this as saying I'm doing the wrong thing? No, this is the truth. I'm being honest with them. You're supposed to be a man at the end of the day. Your job is to take care of your family. That is your job. Not get on YouTube and do dumb stuff like you just did on basically attacking my company and saying all this dumb stuff at the end of the day. You're calling me the F word and this, that, and the other, cursing me out. We've been to your site. We've seen the nasty things you say to me, posting pornography on your site, all kinds of stuff, weird stuff. Does your wife know you do this stuff? Is she aware that you basically carry on this way? I'm pretty sure she knew about the process server. I'm pretty sure you probably had a long talk with her and you promised her this would never happen again, but she doesn't know exactly how bad things are about to get for her and her family. So yeah, you're going to the divorce coming. You think she's going to be with you when you come down here? She's not going to show up. I guarantee you. You're probably not even going to tell her about it because you don't want her to know the dumb stuff, the nonsense you got yourself into. My goodness. And this is why I told you it took me so long to file, because I knew the craziness was going to happen behind it. It's going to be absolute madness. It is absolute madness for them. They brought it on themselves. Oh well. Gentlemen, I've had this speech many times with you before. I mean, you don't listen. You go out and you do something dumber, as you always do. And again, since you're under investigation, there'll just be more stuff stacked against you in court. That's all. I'm done. I filed all the charges I could. We're done. That's it. Everything else, whatever they pick up, is basically just going to be additional charges against you, or whatever they're going to bring up as additional evidence to add to the case of all their investigation for prosecuting you. That's all. So go ahead, do your little stuff at the end of the day. I don't care. I have a company to build. I have products to put out, and I have things I have to do. I have no time to entertain the nonsense. I'm not going to do the back and forth thing with you. I'll see you in court. Jamie, I look forward to meeting you in person. I'll see you in court. I would advise you, when you go to the courtroom, do not lie, because I know you're a big liar. You're under oath. If you lie, we will catch you. You know that, right? And if you lie, that's another charge you will have against you. That's 7 years. So don't do this at all. Tell the truth on everything. Now, I know you think you're going in for just the criminal charges. Jamie, there's multiple charges in there. Your company's also in there also, too. We also basically noted that you committed perjury, so that will come up in court. Also, too, it will come up in court that you basically ripped off and made money off the company over the name Frankenstein. That's also in there, too. Your basically name and credibility is going to be tarnished by the time we get in there. And to show that basically that you were making a product at the end of the day, you're ripping customers off by basically end up matching house paint, the cancellations, receipts, and curse words and stuff like that, and nasty emails and stuff like that. And then on top of that, the death threats and racial slurs, pornography, and puppets, and all that other weird, creepy stuff at the end of the day. And it's interesting, when I was in there and officer was scanning your pictures into the system, He came back and he said, "You're suing this guy." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, because this is defamation all over the place." And I said, "Yeah, we're suing him. We're definitely suing him." So you have multiple lawsuits coming at you toward that. So the $1 million lawsuit's just the other lawsuit for basically you slandering my company altogether. You do have smaller lawsuits that will be popping up, and this is the defamation lawsuits. I'm going to break those down because I do, and I hate for people to say this, I'm sorry this, but I have that right. I want to see you show up in court with a prison jumpsuit on. So I'm going to be pulling you out of your cell quite a bit to have you pop up in court for each individual lawsuit I'll be filing against you. There'll be 17 I'll be filing against you for defamation. So you know that. I can hit you all at once, but no, let's break this down. Now you can say I'm angry and upset. No, not angry and upset. It just has to be done. That's the way it has to be done. Jamie, if I was angry and upset, this would never be in court. Just so you won't understand that. It would never be in court, ever. It's a way of saying it different ways. I'll see you on site, if you know what I mean. It'd be like that. But I'm not that person anymore. I'm a person who changed his life, became a better person, and I try to do things the right way as much as possible. So for anybody else who has gone through what I just went through, you would have been dead by now. But I'm not that type of person anymore. I've changed my life. And now I do things by doing things by the law. If I have a problem with somebody, I take you to court and I file charges and I go to court. We win, we prosecute, whatever we have to do. At the end of the day, that's what we do. And if there's anything there showing that you basically violated me in a way where basically I can sue you, I'll file a lawsuit against you. That's it. That's how we do things. That's why I think the reason why they carry on the way they carry on, because they're hoping at the end of the day that I would do the same things back to them. Like I would make little puppets. Where do I get the time to do that crap at the end of the day? No, I'm good. That's something kids do. That doesn't even sit right with me altogether. That's a kid thing. And then sending multiple emails and I literally got you on recording of you sending me like hundreds of emails back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I literally have that. But anyway, no, that's creepy. I don't do creepy stuff like that. Send you multiple emails, no. Go to your live and listen to you talk, no, we don't do that. We don't have time to even be your channel. I don't even go to your freaking bottom of your thing and write anything down there. We don't do that. I don't make up fake accounts and go in and pose as customers and all that. We don't do that stuff. I don't have time for that at all, period. Nope. So you can watch me grow while you're locked up. I, on the other hand, got things to do. Oh, having fun with my screen over here. Hold on for a minute. I'm laughing because, man, I tell you something. He has no idea what's coming to him. It's not going to be pretty. You don't want to go to a place like that. You do not want to go to a place like that. If you got the ability to be free, be free. That's why I be telling these young boys out here that want to get in trouble and everything. I'm like, man, you don't want that. You don't want none of that. Go out there and enjoy your life. The fact that you can get up in the morning, you can walk outside and go anywhere you want without somebody saying you have to be here, when you got to be here, what time you got to be here, and all that other craziness, man, enjoy your life. You have no idea. Some people feel like they're not free. You are free. You're more free than you think you are. Unless you've been through that situation, you can understand what it's not like to be free. That's the part they'll understand it. They'll understand. It'll click. They'll understand. The girl was talking about how she got her freedom. She did 3 years. I did 8 years. I'm not saying years. Time is time either way. But she did 3 years. I did 8 years and 9 months. It's a long time. You don't think about it while you're in there. After a while, you really don't. It's just another day passing through. But it's a long time to be in there. When you get out, and then you realize that, like, gee whiz, like that long. When I came out, everything changed. Everything was different. City Hall, I remember the Liberty buildings weren't even there when I went in. They were there when I came out. And I was like, what the freak is this? Everything completely changed. 8 years and 9 months in, everything changed. Was it easy, hard to adapt? It wasn't hard to adapt. The part was hard to do was basically trying to get used to knowing that I actually didn't ask for permission for everything, that I could actually go where I want. There were a couple times where I actually came downstairs and I was going out the door and I stopped. My mom was looking at me like, what are you doing? I said, I don't know if I can walk out the door or not. She said, go out the door, you're free. I didn't get used to that. I used to have nightmares when I was locked up that I was free and I was out walking around with my friends and wake up and I'd be in incarceration. I'd be locked up. And then when I got out and I was free, I had nightmares that I was locked up. And I'll be sitting there arguing with a judge like, I'm free, you can't keep me. And I'm being charged the same charges that I've already got charged for. And I'm arguing with the judge, telling him, no, no, you can't keep me here. I'm free. I'm a free man. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. I can't be here. And man, I had those nightmares for a long time. And then I wake up, and then I just be walking around the house, and I'll be touching stuff, because then I would think I'm having a dream within a dream, which I've had those before, thinking that I'm actually free. Oh, those are the messed up ones too. When you're locked up and you have a dream that you are basically free, and then you have a dream that you're locked up, and then it messes with your head big time. But anyway, yeah, I'd walk around the house. I remember walking in my mother's room, and I said her name. She'd say back to me, no, baby, you're out. Yeah, baby, you're out. I remember going through that. It's a hard ordeal to go through. So, when you go through all that, man, we have to go through all that. I'm not going to tell you about the craziness and the madness and all of it all, because, I just don't like to talk about it. But when you go through all that insanity, and you come out of all that, and you get your life together, you don't want to see anybody go through that. Nobody. But these people didn't give me an option. What else am I going to do? What else? If I ignore them, they keep coming at me. If I go someplace else, they keep coming at me. If I do something else, they come at that. You don't have no peace of mind. I could do something completely different on my channel and say, hey, we're going to talk about hydroelectric energy and blah, 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 blah. We're going to build some water tanks and blah, blah. They'll attack me on that too. They're bitter. They're constantly bitter and full of hatred toward me for no reason at all, because they believed everything that came out of Jamie's mouth. So anything that I do or anything I want to do or do something different, I got these bitter hatred jokers behind me. So guess what I got to do? I got to get rid of you. So I'm locking you down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that when my lawyers and us get done with you, that you're never getting out of jail again. I'll make sure of it. And if you are lucky to get out, then you're going to learn after being through that system to be a better person. Because if you don't, in there, you'll learn. You will definitely learn. You will definitely learn. Because there ain't going to be no hiding behind no system. You say some nasty stuff in the yard, it's going to come back to you for yourself. And you're going to settle it there. Either way, you're going to settle it. Let me see. But do. Okay. I got it. Been saying this for the longest time. I want to work on some stuff. Let's see. Might do some updating today. I don't know. I got some updating to do. Let me see. All right, let me get my updating. I got some things I got to do, some stuff I want to do later on, some things I'm working on. And then I got to get ready for, I think it's April. I think we're going to launch the 150-inch acoustic screen. We're going to launch that. And go from there. Ugh. Right now, I got to get the rest of this. I got to go down next week and get this document from the police station and send the final document in over to the FBI, to their division, and get that done. And then I got to call the detective unit that's actually working on the case that can get that done, to see how long it's going to take to get this in the court. Sooner we get this in the court, sooner I get these people in front of a judge and get that done. And meanwhile, I got finish the rest of the lawsuits to file. Gentlemen, good luck. As I said before, you're going to need it. You may take it as a joke, and laugh about it, as you usually do, and think nothing's going to happen. Oh, Jamie, you should learn from that one. You sat there and made jokes about the whole, we were never going to have a process server come to your front door. We did have a process server come to your front door. As a matter of fact, the same process server that came to your front door are the same people who are going to use to issue the lawsuits against you. So you'll be seeing them again shortly. All right, got to go, and God bless.